Thank you so much for the opportunity to be honored. I am so honored that the Art League has chosen me as a representative of the work through the Community Artists Collective. That means so much. The Art League is the first organization that I participated in as I was venturing into the real world of art. I served as an advisor on the arts board of the Art League in the 70s and learned so much, and it's helping me to continue to grow. The first professional artist that I remember meeting, I was introduced to by my dad. The artist's name is Burford Evans, and Burford Evans was a physician who also happened to have had some training at the Sorbonne during his early career. My dad was always interested in making things. Professionally, he was a social worker. Creatively, he was an inventor. I watched him make things. I helped him make things, whether it was a mosaic tabletop or a stool from scrap wood, recycling back then. My mother taught me to sew, and I've been sewing since I was about 6. So home was a very creative place, very nurturing. I learned about the option to be an artist when I was at the University of Houston. I was happy to take the design classes and understand the theory behind the creative, and was confident that I was going to be an artist, and announced it to my family, and they shuddered to think I was going to starve. So it was my mother again who suggested that I become a teacher so that at least I would have an income. I would say that artists who influenced me the most were in our midst. I met Kermit Oliver when I was a high school student. His instructors included Dr. Biggers. Huey Beckham was also very much an influencer in my life. And then I later met Jacob Lawrence on a trip to Seattle. There were all these wonderful people who were creative and developing their professions and careers as I was growing my interest in the arts. Dr. Sarah Trotty and I became friends in college and grew in our interest in arts education together. And it was our observation that as we were teaching in suburban schools, that the children in our own communities were not having the same kinds of experiences that we were providing for children in the suburban communities. So we decided that we were going to do something about it. I volunteered at Shape Community Center. Sarah decided that she was going to work on her graduate degrees. We just stayed in touch and kept molding, nurturing this idea of the collective as a formal, structured way of providing access, increasing access to arts education. As we were inviting artists to participate, we were dismayed and annoyed that many of them were not interested in teaching. They were not as enthusiastic about sharing what they knew about the arts as we were. Undeterred, we started filling the gaps as we could. And the artists were willing to, during an exhibition, at least offer a demonstration or a workshop or some way of helping the general public understand their creative process. I think one of the big challenges that we've had over the years is helping people to understand that we're not just for the African American community. The work that we're doing is for all communities, but we've got to focus on filling some gaps, bringing people along that are representative of our cultural community. We care about people. We want people to be constructive and creative, and apply the artistic principles and values to life. Tierney Malone did an exhibition when we were on Elgin. It was an installation and offered an opportunity for him to perform as well as build out the space. Also, showing Annette Lawrence's work was amazing, very different, and helped us to focus on our mission and concern about being supportive of women artists. And we've shown artists who have not had the kind of formal academic training. It shows the range of creativity that exists in our cultural community. So they're young people who are very knowledgeable about their creative processes, very focused on their themes, and they're people who are like an 80-year-old retired educator, principal, who just decided to take painting. And she loves to paint flowers, and she sold out the whole exhibition. We're part of a community that cares and wants to provide opportunities, increase opportunities for people to be creative. It is such an honor to be recognized by the Art League for lifetime achievement in leadership of the arts. It's making us more credible because the Art League is so credible.